is Professor Noor. Today I'm gonna go through Tableau problem solving. So our problem statement is, what is the most common time for the UFO sightings to be reported? Where are the UFO sightings are located, right? So in this case, we need an Excel file that has the UFO sighting information, and then we're gonna use that Excel file into Tableau, and then we're gonna have our data analytics done using Tableau. So to do that, the first thing is I will download the file which I downloaded to my computer. So I will go to my yellow folder, the file explorer. As you see that here, I have the UFO sighting, which I downloaded to my computer. So the next thing is now you have to log in to your Tableau cloud, which you have to have an account to use the online version. So to get to the Tableau, you will have to type tableau.com, and then you will hit sign in, and then you will click in the middle that says Tableau Cloud. Tableau can be downloaded. You can log in different different ways. So we're gonna be using the cloud version. So click on login to cloud. I already saved my email and my password. I will hit sign in. Once you sign in, the first screen that you're gonna see in Tableau is what we call Explore, right? In Explore, then the next thing that we want to do is that we have to create a project or a folder. Now to do that, we will go to new, and then we're gonna click on project, and then I will call this as Sadiq UFO sightings test, and then I will hit create. Now my folder should be created under the Explore. That's your main screen. Now, if you click the home has what you need to download. If you want to upload your workbook, you want to manage all your project, manage user, download Tableau desktop, you can do it from here. So if you want to go back to the Explore, just hit the logo of Tableau. You will be back to your Explore. Now I will look for my folder that I created it, which was Sadiq UFO. That's the folder here. I will click on it to get inside my project, which is the Sadiq UFO sighting. Now I don't have anything in it. So obviously we have to upload your Excel file, the one that you downloaded earlier. So we will go to new, and then because it's a workbook, we have to go to workbook. If you want to upload your TWBX file, then you will click the last option, upload workbook. So in this case, it's an Excel workbook. We will click on workbook. Now you will get the connect to data dialog box. Click on file tab. Click on upload from computer because the file is already in my computer. As you see, the file is here, UFO sighting. So click on it, open, give it a few seconds. So the file will be uploaded. Now you will be asked to save your upload file to the cloud. So we're gonna hit publish. Now my folder is already Sadiq UF sighting. So now we need to name it, the workbook. I will say Sadiq UFO sighting workbook. And then be sure that you choose show sheets as tabs, and then publish. Give it a few seconds. Your workbook is gonna be saved. to your folder that you created under the Explorer. Now it says just published if you look here. So some of the stuff that we want to go through it. So there's a couple of things that I know I need to go through it. The first thing is very important in Tableau. This area here is called dimension. Dimension. Dimension area. The dimension area consists of all your field. So the dimension area consists of what? Field. The field that's coming from your Excel file. They will be listed here. So if they are number, you will see the number sign in green. These are your measurement. And if it's a text, like country, state, city, they are text, so you will see them in different, or you will see them as ABC in the left of the field, right? The next thing it says this is your data coming from this Excel file. And then the other most important thing here is this section here. This section is called shelf. So you could refer color shelf, size shelf, text shelf, tooltip shelf. You can call it detail shelf. You can also refer marks shelf, filter as a shelf, right? Now, not only this part here is called shelf, also these columns and rows, which is important in Tableau. That's where you want your field to be displayed as columns and rows, right? So you will have to drag it from the dimension area to what field you want it as column and what field you want it as a row, right? Now this area also, they call it in Tableau shelf, column shelf, row shelf, right? So the next important thing here, this area here is your work area. Work area. That's where your data will be displayed. If you look down here, it could be the status bar. You have the data source. And then if you want to switch the data source and you see what is linked, what kind of information you have, you could click the data source. Now we have to start with one sheet, like in Excel also. We have one sheet to start with, and then you can add more sheet as you progress with your project. So if you want to add another sheets, I can click this button here to add more worksheets. If you want to add what we call is the dashboard, I can do this. And then if you want to have a story added, so we can click the third icon. Now, the other important thing in Tableau is this area here. We call this as menu bar. This is our menu bar. And then below the menu bar, from here all the way to here, this is what we call toolbar. Very important, toolbars, right? And then the other important thing here is the show me. Show me is when you want to display the data in a chart, in a table. So you can flip it as a pie chart, bar, stacked bar, a column bar, a column chart, and so on. So the first thing we want to do is we have to drag the field to the columns and rows. Then we can examine the data. So to do that, the first thing we want to do, now if you click on the data source, for example, it's going to give you the inside of the UFO sightings. What is what you have inside the workbook, all the information about the daytime, the cities, the country, the shape, the seconds, and so on, right? So And then if you wanna add any other connection, you can do so. If you go here and then you can rename your Excel file. It says here the UFO sighting is what is an Microsoft Excel that you attached, right? So if we want to go back, you can either hit the sheet. So we are back to the sheet now. So the sheet is empty because we didn't started anything. So to do now, to add the information so that we're going to examine and solve the problem solving using Tableau. So the first thing is that we have to drag the field year and the count of the UFO sighting. So to drag the date time, so you have to go back to your dimension area and you have to look for date time and drag it to the column. As you see that it says year and date time, and you see all the years are listed as a column. Now we need the count UFO sighting. So the count UFO sighting should be represented as a row. So we will drag it as a row. As you see now, we have a big data, see? So, and if you look here, it says the count of the UF sighting, and then we have all the years, and then we have the line, all right? So the next thing is if you want to add more option like show headers, include the tooltips, you can go to format. You see I have title, I can add captions, legends, filters, highlighter, and so on. I can do animation too. And then if you want to get any help, you just search the thing you want to get help with, and then or you kind of go support. It's straight, it's gonna take you online, and then you could chat with the support. So, and then if you wanna go here in the small white down arrow, and then we have the filter. If you wanna see the filter, you can say show filter. Now show headers is already active, and include in the tooltip is already visible, right? So if you want to add show filter, then you can click here, then the show filter will display in the right hand bottom side. So the next thing we want to do now, and then I want to show you the show me. If you click on the show me, these are all your chart. So you have when you move your cursor over it, it's gonna tell you in the bottom of the screen what that is. So for example, now I'm on the second one, that is heat map. Then we have highlight tables. Then we have the maps. Then we have simple maps. We have the pie chart. We have the stack bar. We have horizontal bars. So we have different kind of circle. We have line and so on. You see, we have a lot of options. So if you don't want to see the show me, just click on it again to deselect. Now, the next thing is we have to name our sheet as common month. So to do so, like in Excel, you have to double click on the sheet one, or you can do right click and then rename is whatever is convenience for you. So double click it, we'll do the same thing, and we will gonna call this common month, and then press the enter key. So now we saved it as common month, right? Now the next one we need is that we want to add our next one. We don't want to mess up with this one, so we want to create our next worksheet. To do that, the next button where my flashlight indicate, you will click on it. It's going to add a new worksheet. Double click it, and then we have to call this as common is going to be common time. and press the enter key. We have the common time also here. So to get this one done, or you could duplicate the common month. Let me show you. Suppose you want this one, you will do right click on it and then you will say duplicate. So I'm gonna get the same thing, common month of 2. So you will just, first we have to get rid of the common date, common time, right click on it and delete. So we deleted the sheet. It's the same as Microsoft Excel. Now double click this one and change the name to common time and press the enter key. So now we named it as common time, right? We duplicated the common month, so we have the same thing. Now we can tweak the field according to the common time. So to do that, what we want to do is that instead of having this, we could go back here into the common month first, and now we have the years, right? So we could change it from year to month. So to do that, I will click the plus sign because the year is gonna be too much, right? So keep on clicking until you see month. Click plus sign, then go to the quarter pill, click on the plus sign in the left of the quarter. Now I saw the month, right? And this is about the common month. So we don't need now the year. So drag the year to the dimension area. We don't want the quarter, so drag it out. So now we have the month and the count of the UF sightings. You see? Now, the next thing that we want to do is that we want to get the hours of the daytime. Now, this one is the month, right? So we will go back to the common time sheet. And then you see here, I have the year. Remember, we duplicated the existing sheet, which was the common month. We did right click and duplicate. So we have the same thing. So what you need to do is click on the plus sign in the left of the year pill, the field, and then click on the quarter plus, and then click the month plus to expand until you see hour. So I didn't get the hour, so click. So now I see hours of the daytime. So now we don't need the year, take it out. We don't want the quarter, drag it to the dimension area. We don't want the month, drag it. We don't want the daytime, so drag it out. As you see now, we have the hours as a column, and we have the count of the UFO sighting as your row. Now we're gonna go to our third worksheet. So to add the third worksheet, we will click the plus sign in the right of the common time sheet. Click on it. It's gonna say sheet 3. And then if you want, you could name it, double click it, and we could name this as longitude, and then I can say longitude and latitude, and then push the enter key. Now we have to drag the longitude to the column. So drag it to the column. We dropped it. Now we need to drag the latitude generated to the row. There you go. Give it a few seconds. So the map is here now. As you see, we created it. Now, the next thing I want to do is we want to have the detail of the countries. Now, to add the countries, what we need, you will go to the dimension area, you will look for country and drag it over the detail shelf. As you see, it's going to add the countries detail, and then the icon shows this as detail in the left of the country. Now, the next thing we need is that we want to change the map. We want to change the map view to a density. To do that, in your mark shelf, you will see automatic. By default, it's automatic. So you see, click the black down arrow, and then go all the way down to density, and you will see now this icon will change to density. As you see, it's changed to density. Next, now what we want to do, our map changed to density. So the next thing we want is that we want to add the count info sighting in the color shelf. So we have to go to the count UFO sighting counts, and you have to drag it to the color. As you see, it's been added, and now I have the United States, Canada, then this is the UK. All right. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add the sum. So we want to add the sum. To do that, what we want is that we will drag the measurement, and then we have to select the sum. See the measure values? So we want that to be the color. So what I will do, instead of messing with this one, we could duplicate this one. So I will duplicate this, right click, duplicate, and then I will leave it as longitude and the latitude 2, right? Now we kind of just messed up around, so we will take out the count from the color. Now we're gonna drag the measures as the color. Now we need the sum, so take off the count, take off the average, take out the other average. So now we have the sum duration. Now the next one is we have to add the state. So drag this state as your detail. And also we want to add the city as a detail into the shelf, in the detail shelf. So drag the city over the detail shelf. Now we have a bunch of information going to show you now. All right. Now next, what we want to do is we want to filter by the different states. Instead of seeing everything, we want to be sure that we filtered the UFS sighting for specific states. To do that, what you need first is that we need to take off the sum of the duration, so move it to the dimension area to remove it. Now we wanna we have to drag the UFO sighting as your color. As you see, the CNF UF sighting is now the count is there now and with a color. Now we're gonna click on the state, go to the state pill. Now these are pills, okay, because they look like a pill. So these guys here and these guys here in Tableau, we call them pills. They look like a pills, right? So this is like a pill. Now what we want to do now is that we want to set focus on the specific states instead of having all the 50 states or you know. So to do that, you will go to the state pill, which is under the mark shelf. You will click on the small down black small white down arrow, and then you will click on filter. Now you will see all the states, all the 50 states, right? So first we have to deselect. So click on the all box to remove all the selection. Then we have to, let's say we will select Maryland, for example, and I will say apply and then okay. Now, if you look here, our filter is set to the state of Maryland. And then as you see, the state is Maryland and all the cities all fall under the state of Maryland. So, for example, if I go over these dots, it's gonna tell you what kind of city is Hagerstown. And then if you go here is Westminster. Then if you go here in Roxville, this is Baltimore, right? And then it tells us that the country is US, the state is MD, and then the count of the UFO sighting is 86. If you go all the way here is Frostburg, and the count of UFO sightings are 5, right? Now we want to change the state to North or South Carolina. So to do that, obviously I will go here. I will go to edit, and then I will go down and I will remove the check from MD, and I will go to NC, for example, North Carolina. NC, then you will say apply, you will say okay. Now I will be only focusing on the UFO sighting in North Carolina, as you see. And you move your cursor here, it's gonna tell you the city too. As you move, it tells you the city with the count of the UFO. Now, what if you want the South Carolina also? 2 states. So you'll go back here. You will go to edit. Now I need to find out South. North is already checked. You can check any states you want. So here I have South Carolina. Apply and then okay. So now we have the South, we have the North, and that's how we edited it, right? So if you edit one state, then you will see the state name here, like for example NC. But because now we have 2 sorted by 2, that's why I like this. Now sometime, instead of going here changing it, what you could do is this. You could have the show filter. Very interesting. You will go here under the filter, and then you will say show filter. Now you will see all the states here, and then you can flip it back and forth instead of going here and then change it to edit and then find whatever the state is. And then here, I can just, if you want Maryland also, I will add Maryland. Give it a few seconds. So we have the North and then we have Maryland. You see that? Now, if I don't want MD, I will take it off. Now, if I don't want my uh, the filter, then you can go here and then you will say remove filter. And then if you go back here, show highlighter, so it's gonna highlight. It says highlight the state or whatever state you want to highlight. Now, if you go here, and then you can also remove that show highlighter. Now, if you want to mark it, see here, it says show the mark labels. So now I will get all the numbers. 2, 4, when you move your cursor, it says 4, the count of the UFO sighting. You see, this one, Elizabeth City is 6, and so on. If you don't want it, just go back and click the T box under the toolbar, hide the mark label. Look, I'm gonna take it off. Now that ends my lecture, and this is how you gonna be using the Tableau to problem solving. Any problem solving you want to do with Tableau. As you see, we want to find out the most common time for UFO sighting to be reported, and also where are the UFO sightings located. So as you see that we manipulated it with different ways, right? Now, the next process is how can I download the TWBX file? So to do that, first you will hit publish. You have to publish whatever you have done. So far, we're gonna have the 4 worksheet, right? Now, what if you want to add a dashboard to what you have done? All the 4 sheets you want to add in one sheet. To do that, you see here the icon where my mouse is highlighting. So click on it. Now it says add sheets here. So I will go to the common month first. Then I will drag the common time. Then I will get the longitude one here. Then I will get the other one. We had 2 of them, remember? Just move, drag it wherever you wanna stop. There you go. Now when you have this, you will hit the publish again because you add a new sheet. Now everything you have it there. If you want to name your dashboard, you will double click it and you're gonna say UFO sightings dashboard. It's very interesting because you're gonna have all your sheets into one sheet, and then press the enter key. So we named it. Now hit the save changes. Now publish it again, just to be the safe hand. It's gonna publish to your cloud and to your folder. Now I will close this, hit the X to close this. Now the important thing is, if you wanna send your TWBX file to your boss, to your professor, obviously you will have to go to this button after you published it. Now you can download with different version. You can download as an image, you can download as a data, crosstab, PDF, PowerPoint, all what you have done here, the 4 worksheets. Or you can go to Tableau Workbook. That's what we want. That's the hard copy. It means that's your source file. And if I want to go and back and change something, I will have to upload the Tableau Workbook. So to save it now, I will click on it and pay attention here. you will get a message. Here you go. My file has been downloaded as Sadiq UFO sighting workbook, right? But it's gonna be a TWBX file. Is a Tableau file. Now, after you have done that, now you will go to your downloads and you have the file here. And then that's what you need to attach it to your email or send it to anyone you want to send to, right? So from Excel, we created our TWBX file. Now let's go back to our cloud. Now you want to get out of here. You want to get out of the work area. So you will go to File, Close. We are back to the Sadiq, but I don't see everything that I did. So no worries. What you need is go to Explore. Now, once you are in the main screen, you have to find your folder that you created. In my case, it was a Sadiq UFO sighting test. So click on it. My file is in here. So let's say next day you wanna add more stuff to the UFO sighting. So you will click it. These are the files. That's the worksheet that we created, the sheets. You can click any of it. Our aim is to get inside the Tableau file. So I will click the first one. It might take a few seconds. So because you clicked the first one, so the common month, now we can go to edit. When you hit the edit, that's where you're gonna see all your worksheets, one after the other. See the common time, the longitude, and all these are here. See, all your file is under one umbrella, which is this one, Sadiq UFO sighting workbook, and this was saved as a TWBX. Right now, what if you wanna now go back to the main? So if you did any changes, then obviously you will go here, you will hit download, your file will be downloaded again. That's the second one. Now it's been downloaded. Now if you done anything and you want to save the changes to the cloud, you will have to hit the publish. I will go to file, close. Now again, you will see in the top here the folder and the workbook name and the worksheet. So we will click explore. Then I'm in the main screen now. And then once you're done, you will, for example, now I want to show you one thing. What if you want to upload your file, the TW, to your folder on the cloud? So just to show you, let's say I will go here and then I will, this time now you will say, I will create a new folder, for example, because I don't wanna put it on the same place. Project UFO testing. Now I'm showing you how you're gonna upload if you have the file in your computer. If you already downloaded the TWBX file. So the folder has been created inside the Sadiq UF's sightings. You will click on it. Then you will go here. You will go to the last option, upload workbook. You are not gonna uploading the Excel file. You wanna upload the TWB, the Tableau file. So you will upload. You will hit. You will give it a name. You will say UFO project or whatever you wanna name it. And then it's gonna ask you where you wanna save it. I wanna save it under the UFO. I wanna upload it to the UFO testing project folder. I will hit choose. Now I have my file here. I will select I will click open. Then be sure that you click on this option, show sheets as a tab. It's very important. You have to click. If you want to put any description, you can do so. Now we're gonna do upload. So that's how you're gonna upload your Tableau file to the cloud, the master file, not the Excel file. So give it a few seconds. So everything is there now. It's been uploaded. Give it a few seconds. Now I will go to edit. That was my dashboard actually. There you go. Then you can go around the different worksheet that you created. Look. So now you learn about how to upload your TW file to the Tableau cloud. So I will go back. I will close my work area. I am back. So hit the explore. Now I'm back to my explore. Now I will go to file to my name here in the right hand side and I will log out. So if you want to see your file before you log out, yeah, that's the one I needed. UF, and then I have my file inside. All right. So I will click the logo. I'm back to my explore. Now I will log out, SN, log out. And I hope that you learn how to use Tableau in problem solving. So I show you the step how to use Tableau solving different problem regarding the UFO sightings. So have a nice day. Thank you so much. And be sure to click the icon to get more update videos. And be sure that you like the video. And also be sure to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye.